check 1 2. All right, going live in 3 2 1. Let's go, let's get it. All right, so pretty much in a range. It's kind of waiting for a breakout from this triangle here, going up and down, and seeing has happened both ways. So what I'm gonna do is get rid of some of these levels, which I think I don't need. I'm gonna get rid of that, this one and this one. We'll decide on what to do, those buys and sells. And then I'll delete that one too. The 1 hour fair value gap can stay there. That's the all-time high and also the current day high. A little bit of a rejection right there on the 4 hour. Interesting. So with the daily, the open price of the day, now this is yesterday, the open price is here. Would you let me know that, you know, we're flipping that daily candle? So I'll just have that level there, and then I'll have this as the previous open. PD, previous day open. And then this is the open for today, previous day high, current day open. Yeah, why not? It's my jargon, it is my language. Yeah, so if we get down here, I know, yeah, I think we might be flipping to go to that previous day, the current day low, so I'm gonna have that level there too. Current day low, CDL. Oh boy, why don't you go get a CDL? Why didn't you get one? Bruh, move on. So that 1 hour, look at this, it touched that 1 hour fair value gap. So I think it's a zone still in play. So what are we likely to see here? Reversal. Are we likely to break this support? Kind of been tested a couple of times. And then this level here is very attractive. It's the current day low right there. And what is this? What's that? I think it was supposed to be like this. What's that? What's that? If I can make sense of it, I'll just take it out of there. 4 hour. Okay, I don't know what it is though. 12. $30 15.5. What will this be? $5. I deleted anything 5 minutes. 5 minutes unfinished. 5 minutes untouched, bro. So for me to take shots, I'm waiting to see for closure below this 15-minute here. And then there's a problem though, there's a 1 hour fair value gap, which I think we will get down to. And then there's like a breaker here, the last up count, whatever. Breaker 1 hour. So let me see how many points we got here. 130 points to at least that high. Let's refine it on the 30-minute. Let's refine it again on the 15-minute. There we go. And within that 15-minute is a 5-minute fair value gap in there. So just see if we start going short, if that's where we are coming to. I'll pull this to 1 p.m. Yep. This is not yet confirmed, so but it's just right there. And that 1 hour fair value gap, I want to get rid of it. Well, it's the rust, it's the last point of support. Okay, I think we're done. So I'll just need to wait for the entry in 13 minutes. The 12 a.m. candle starts. Again, we still have a triangle here. Price been squeezed. But again, we know the squeezes can still be manipulated. Could just be in the way of a fake out and then drop. Or whatever. It's just so many things that could happen. So we'll wait and see. I'm gonna track that squeeze in a minute, in the meantime. And I'm Gucci, bro. I think that's all. 15 minutes. During this time, it's not very paramount, a must to use the 15-minute breaker, but because at the moment I do have this down on here, but I don't think this counts because it's not a breaker, but we do have a low high and a lower low. Currently it's offering support or whatever resistance. See that confirmed with this candle, goes short, comes back for a retest, and now it's running away. But seeing all these consolidations in here, I'd like to see if we can run away. Now, what is the plan for longs though? In terms of longs, this for me is still in play. Gray 15. We are still doing some retesting there. So any, whatever to the upside, I'm taking that trade. So this is already confirmed. We still haven't closed below that last up candle before this drop. And 2 to 2.5, I would say from that low to that high, one symmetrical swing is just right there. I don't know what this is for. Oh, this is for so that's in play. That's good. That's for this one symmetrical swing off that last up candle going down, confirmed, retest, and we got to the one symmetrical swing right there. All right. If we're going up by the time, if we're gonna be getting up here, man, that will be enough. That will be enough. So looking at the daily candle, don't have to go to the daily time frame. I need a bigger screen. Yo, this is too much noise. I can't. You can stay there. You know what? I know about you, so I'm just, if I see a long setup, I'm taking it. But for a short setup below this, you know what? I'm just gonna outline that. We'll only take a sell below and only below that level. This is just to PHT. It's too big, yo. Doesn't need to be that fat, that huge. Just leave it alone. ES. Okay. Too many restrictions. Yeah, but then again, that 1 hour will also be inverted, so you know, some indication for shorts. Okay. Yeah, maybe some sort of SMT here, kinda. So low. So low. Like that. But we've been seeing a lot of that today anyway, so maybe it counts, maybe it doesn't. 5-minute time frame. Very short block right there, touch in the money. Wait. So this was the indication that so manipulation, I'm thinking indication that we're gonna go short, that retracement to that fair value gap on the 15-minute, and then it's now starting to work its way. All right, patience. 6 more minutes to the open of the 12 a.m. candle. The daily is right there, yo. So you wanna if that flips, that'll be nice. This will be the one. Let's do the 1 hour first. So both of them are right there. Sales below here. Pull this to 12:30. so we can see. The daily candle has lost over 190 points in the bullish whatever. Typically they will try to close bullish, but if I see a short setup, I'm taking it. All right, there's nothing more for me to do, but wait. Oh, let's look at gold. What's gold done today? Micro gold futures. Oh, gold has gone to another contract, I see. What will that next contract be? MGC. August. Oh yeah. The gold is in another contract. This is expired. Yeah. YM, what are you doing? Doing nothing. Let's just qualify as a center. Three more minutes to the 12 a.m. candle. This is the daily, this is the 1 hour. Hi, Prof. What's going on? Prof. FX. Hello. Trying to. I am trying to. I am trying to. Are you looking for a trade? I'm waiting for a setup to form me on Nasdaq. Waiting for sales below this line here, the red line, but I don't know if that would be too late. But if I get in a trade right now, that will be FOMO. So I'm gonna just wait. But looks like we're going short now. The daily has now flipped. The daily candle is currently flipping. Well, is that flipping? It was red at some point. Okay, 12 a.m. is here. 12 a.m. candle is opened. Yes, there is a lag with my... Yeah. And I think it's a few seconds actually. I need to test the one that is, you know, is it instant? Yeah, but I'm a little bit whatever. Actually, let me see. So I'm gonna just do this. But how would I count though? I need a timer to know the... Yeah, it's a few seconds behind with the stream. That's why I kind of outlined way before, like what I'm waiting for, what I'm waiting to see. Are you looking for a setup? We've been in this range for quite a while, from that high to this low. We're just in there. From 8 till now to 12 p.m. my time. That's 4 hours. Kept inside of this, that high, this low. So what's going to happen? Can we see a break to the downside? Or will they take this low and then pull price up? Oh, okay. What do you normally trade? Today is kind of a funny day. Gold, nice. Do you trade structure indicators, both, like I do here? What's your strategy like? The last 2 Fridays had a nice setup forming up right about now, but same thing happening on the third day. I don't know. I don't have a bias right now. Well, if I do if I do see a bullish setup form, I will take it. But in terms of sales, I need to see a 15-minute candle close below this zone here, where I do have that sales line, and I'll use that as a break, a low high. I need to see a 15-minute candle. That for me will confirm that this is a strong resistance zone, and then I'll look for a setup on the 1 minute, believing that we'll now go lower. In the meantime, I'm still bullish. Maybe that's the bias. I am still bullish based on this zone here, the last up candle before we shut down. If I take this to the front, this is the confirmation for me that we want to keep on going higher. And in the meantime, before we close below, at least, well, ideal would be to close below this zone here with a 15-minute candle. Until then, I'm taking this as support. So if I see something intending to go up, I will take that trade, and that'll be my one trade for the day. So yeah, I guess I'm bullish until I see that characteristic right there. And for me to take a trade, these EMAs have to line up, and then I need to see a retest back to the 50 break over trend line. That's the only time I'll enter the trade. I kind of feel safe with it that way. Let me show you an example, kind of something like this. See how the EMAs line up, and then a retest back to that 50 level at least, and then that retest will almost form a trend line. For me, a trend line is just at least 2 swing highs. So this candle here will be my entry, and that's kind of what I hope, you know. I hope for my trades to look like this. Unfortunately, it doesn't happen like that all the time. My stop loss below the 100 EMA. I just have a dynamic. I use that for dynamic stop loss placements. Kind of also watching this sort of a triangle that I've put here. Price kind of getting squeezed, being forced to go to one side, but I had the same thing here, and today price is kind of funny right now. This is kind of how I had it before, and I kind of broke out up and then kind of broke down. So see that breakout, and then came down again. So la 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 la, tricky situation if you ask me, but we'll see how we can maneuver around this. This strategy doesn't seem to work so well at the end of the month, which is something I've noticed trading it the last 3 months. But we just keep going. Maybe someday we'll figure out how to make it perfect. How to make it perfect, how to know when not to trade and when to trade, when not to trade. As of now, when I see a setup, I'm taking it. The number of times I've hesitated not taking a setup, I would say most of the times, maybe out of 10 times I did hesitate. Half of the time the setup worked, half of the time it didn't work. And given I'm taking 1:2, I would still be profitable. But sometimes, yeah, some of them I do hesitate, and even if they do work without me, it's okay. Because I'm also trying to look at structure as well. on the 1 minute, yes, but after the structure is confirmed on the 15-minute time frame, I just don't want to enter, of which I could once the structure is confirmed on the 15-minute, but I prefer to enter on the 1 minute. And then that's kind of one of the conditions I have on the 1 minute. Retracement back to the 50, and then that retracement will usually form a trend line. So at the break of that trend line is when I enter. I'm just looking for the trades that I can enter without the price retracing without retracing, pretty much. Out of 77, I've only seen like a handful of them. So out of the 77 trades I've taken, the ones that never even just that had a small drawdown are not so many, but ideally that's what I'm looking for. This right here is just for me to see the squeeze up. The break of that trend line on the 15-minute up doesn't mean anything. Just showed me if maybe we're breaking out after what I believe to be a squeeze here, because it kind of gets thinner and thinner and thinner and thinner, and it has to pop on either side. Again, that pop is also faked a lot, because it can go up and then go down, retest, keep going down, or whatever. They can do so much. So yep, after a break of a trend line, the disadvantage of that is sometimes see how EMAs here lined up. If it doesn't come to retest the 50, like there's no trade for me. So for example, I could say that swing low and that other one right there, that's a trend line enough, but I mean that's close enough to the 50, but ideally I want the price to touch my 50 EMA, and then I see a reaction to the downside. So the break over trend line just to me is indicating momentum, and that's what I want to enter with. And these are the kind of trades I'm looking for right here. And then my ideal TP is 1:2. 1:2. When it works, man, it works so well. When it doesn't, it just doesn't work. So whatever, man. And then I have a rule: 1 trade a day only. Only 1 trade a day. 1 trade a day. So it's been safe, but also slow. For example, I've been in this challenge. I don't know if you've been following me. Today's day 77, trying to make 3,000. Man, I was so close like 2 weeks ago. My profit was at 2,400, and then from then I've just been taking losses. 1 trade a day. Probably if I was taking 2 trades a day, maybe I would be done, because there was some good setups forming after. But yeah, I want to challenge myself to just what the routes that I had starting, I want to just stick with them until either I lose this whatever challenge or I win it. So however long it takes, I'm submitted to see how that will work out. Otherwise, I think I might say it's a safe strategy, but could be a little bit slow. Yo, 12:14 and we're still having no movement. What am I doing here in S&P? I need to be with my guys. There we go. This right here is a daily candle, and this is the 1 hour candle. I'm using an indicator to show that on the 1 minute time frame. Let me time that delay. Timer. Reset. Stopwatch. All right. What? 18 seconds. That is a 18 seconds delay. There is a setting on OBS, the whatever I'm using, where I can get rid of that lag. The thing is though, I think that uses a little bit more of the internet, but I'll test, and then from next week I can start the lagless option. Let me do that test one more time. Reset and go. Retest. Stop. Reset. And go. Okay. No, it's only 6 seconds. Was that right? Or maybe it whatever, it's different at different times. I trade MNQ. Early in the challenge, I was taking gold trades as well, but I decided to now only take MNQ, because I found that I was kind of juggling. I don't know, like today I would take a gold trade, it will lose, but if I took MNQ, it would win. The other day I take MNQ, it would lose, but if I took gold, it would win. Yeah, so that win rate was kind of the same to me, so I was like, yeah, let me just focus on one. Yeah, but I used to look at both, and then whatever gives me the setup fast is the one I would take. So for there's nothing wrong with that, but for now, because I only have a small drawdown, especially like right now I'm in drawdown. I only have what, $1,600, $1,400 to work with in this challenge, so I can't be doing all that. But when I have enough drawdown, then yeah, I can trade. I'll trade both, and I'm also looking to add crude oil. Where is it? Crude oil. And I was also thinking of silver, but I think silver demanded a lot of a bigger margin. But honestly, looking at this price, it's just, they just print the same. They print the same. Like today, there's no setup for me using the EMAs. No setup. which is this using the EMAs is also a disadvantage, and kind of has a disadvantage where the structure can be so good, but the EMAs, they don't line up for me to take a trade. I just watch price go away with me, but it's a cost I'm willing to take. Yeah, from all the fake outs that I usually endure, not using them. Yeah, I'm just gonna finish this challenge and then see if I can go back to trading like this. Just use pure structure and then limit myself to one trade a day, because when I used to trade like this, I would take multiple trades. For example, maybe I would say, yo, this is a nice fair value gap, so I'm gonna take it, put my stop loss down here, and then, you know, for some reason I don't know, be asking for so much. So what I would usually see is maybe a price would come, take me out, then I'll give you another shot, take me out, I'd give you another shot, take me out, and then now I'm done. And then I come later and price just went and took, you know, when I hit my TP. So that was a little bit frustrating. Maybe my timing was wrong, but then I kind of looked for something. I was like, yeah, how about if I use EMAs and then just do one trade a day? So maybe that's the change I needed when I was trading structure, to just settle for one trade a day. I just found out to be a little bit hard, but seeing the power, is it the power or the potential of just one trade a day? Wait for your A plus setup and then just take it. If it fails, you're done. Yo, that is kind of, especially with this prop firm challenges, it has been quite good, if I would say that. I think the way to advance from that one trade a day thing would be maybe, I don't know, maybe treat each session like a day also. See if I can take a day, I can take a trade during Asia and then another trade during New York. Whatever feels good with you. Hey, maybe there's nothing that's gonna happen here today, bro. This is just dead. Well, 12:30 is coming up. That's a 5-minute fair value gap right there. The last 2 Fridays had some good setups and I didn't even trade, bro, because of the one trade a day rule. Yeah. Being too careful is hurting also. Being too careful is not good for the business. Oh, yo, this needs to be on ES. What you doing? 1, 2, 3. This is a 15-minute, whatever. I'm gonna take it to the side real quick. It is not confirmed. I would say both. I would say both, actually. I would say, in terms of discipline, oh yeah, because like I don't want to mess up when I'm live like this. So if I say this is what I want to do, then that's what I end up doing. So in terms of FOMO, that has kind of reduced to, I would say, 99%. I've had some FOMO trades. Out of 77 trades, I think I've had maybe 2 or 3 buys above. But then again, these trades that sometimes your intuition kind of kicks in and is saying, you know what, I think if you buy here and then come out here, you're gonna make a profit. But because, you know, I'm a disciplined trader and I follow my rules and I want to do that, then I'm not taking those trades. And I just see the setups just work without me. So both. But for the most part, yes, they have really helped in me becoming a better trader in terms of building the discipline. So that's why I do it every day, because I did start this journey. I didn't think it would take this long. I wanted to document you know, getting to that 53k, plus also for me to come and watch later, kind of look back and see what I was doing. Yeah, so I'd say 80% yeah helped, 20% a little bit hurtful, because there's sometimes you just need silence and then just focus without thinking, without anybody seeing what you're doing. But now, because I began, I don't want to, you know, stop doing this in the middle or when it gets challenging. Because honestly, when I'm winning, oh man, I want to show my trades, bro. But when I'm losing, I don't want to say I don't want to show them, but I'd rather not show them, if you get what I'm saying. But honestly, I really don't care. I do not care if I win or lose, as long as I'm following the strategy that I have at the moment, man, I'm good. And hopefully someone else gets inspired. There's people who come in here and also share with me their strategies. It's fun. Other people doing the same challenge, they draw down, you know, and they also come in and see also in drawdown, and you're getting out of drawdown. So it is inspiring. So it just stops being about you alone, and you know. But for the most part, I'll say they do help you. But I think it's best to keep it private. But then I kept it private for so long. What did that help me with? You know? Oh, plus this is also good because, man, taking a trade. Oh man, it's kind of, when I started, it was very I was very anxious. So it kind of builds also, you know, what does it build? Like staying calm in tough conditions, if I would say that. Trading by yourself is quite heavy, but now trading in front of people, oof, even heavier. Have you blown accounts before? Oof, a ton of accounts. I have a series. There's one I did. If you go to my YouTube channel, there's a playlist I did that I documented. I was trading a 50k CFD account challenge with a platform that's called Smart Prop Trader, something of the sort. And yeah, and I blew it in front of people. That strategy was good though. Very risky, but very good. But I had so many rules. That I would see setups form, but then I'm like, no, because I'm waiting for this, I'm only taking longs. Because I'm waiting for this, I'm only taking shorts. So And at that time, I remember the market was just bullish, and I was trying to only take sales. So yeah, I did end up taking losing that account. The trade management though was immaculate, because I was risking 1%, and then I would take another trade, I'd risk 0.5%, and then if I have to take another trade, I would risk 0.25%. So my maximum loss would be 1.75, of course, plus slippage and stuff. So let's just say 2%. So I lost so many trades, but it took me 2 weeks to lose that account. So I did get to see the power of a good loss management. So I only needed like 2 or 3 trades to win, and then you get me back. But I was kind of forcing shorts on a bullish environment, which is why I employed EMAs, and these are kind of helping me deal with that stuff, because I can come sometimes you just wake up and for some reason I want to go short, and you look for all reasons to make you say this is short, but EMAs are saying different, because that is what price is doing at the moment. So I find it easy going this way, what the EMAs are doing, bro. So like right now, especially now 50 EMA crossing 100, I'm like, yeah, I think we might be gearing up for some long. It's now 12:30. I'm gonna get rid of the daily, or rather change the daily to a 30-minute candle so I can see how that's forming. Ideally, when the new candle opens, I want to see it open, then low, and then I'll go to the other side. But this one, I mean, we've seen a couple of them to just open and keep going up. So yeah, looking for buys above this level, although it already confirmed. So looking for buys pretty much anywhere now. So EMAs need to line up. I need to see a retracement, a trend line form, enter. Oops, we're going up. We are going up. But if the momentum is too strong, it will just keep going up, and I won't see no retracement, or it retraces way up here when the trend is about to end. But one thing I'm noticing though, when that happens and I get in a trade and it fails, it tends to kind of go the other way. So yeah, that's why I got this journal here. It's kind of helping me notice some of those things, and some of the things I'll be adding. Is it worth to counter that trade? How many worked, how many didn't work? Because if you counter the trade, you can hurt yourself. Instead of just losing 1 hour, you end up losing 2 hours. So that didn't help with anything. So the triangle looks like we are breaking up. So I think I've answered that question. I've blown a lot of accounts, especially with the FTMO. Man, they owe me a lot of money, which hopefully I will go back and get it all back. With FundedNext, I think I've blown 4 accounts too. I've blown 2 100k accounts and 2 50k accounts. That's why this one I'm taking it slow, man. But then I was risking a lot, my goodness. I was risking a lot. And then I would get in on some really good trades with very small stop losses, and I would see like money real quick. We're talking 500, 600, 700. And then for some reason, I was not taking profits, like, because I want to see it go even further. So yeah, so the 1:2 is also kind of helpful here. And then my stop losses are kind of enough, given the trade to breathe, what time do I trade? In the morning mostly is my ideal time, from 6:30, but I don't trade the first 15 minutes. I have to wait for that 15-minute candle to close, but ideally most of the trades I take them after 7 a.m. and then I'll end. If I don't see a trade by 9 a.m. I'll end the stream there and then give it a shot right about now. Well, trying to participate in the 12 a.m. candle formation. So like this one is just gone. 12:48 p.m. What you talking about? Oh, right here. So by 12:30 I usually like to be in a trade way before 12:50. If you follow MNQ, 12:50 there's some momentum that comes in that can just go either way. So I like to be in a trade before 12:50. So ideally by 12:30 to 12:35 is the ideal time I like to be in a trade. Yeah. No. Yeah, that would be 6:30 East. No, 9:30 Eastern. The market open New York time. My time is 6:30 PST Pacific. So 9:30 Eastern time. Sorry, I should have mentioned that. There's a guy, Copoloco, he hops on these streams. I think when he got here, he was 2% in drawdown. He has his own unique strategy, which is fire, and he finished his he finished the first one today. So that was encouraging. Yeah, I hope so too. I was so close, man. 2 weeks ago, I was at 52,400. I just needed like one more trade, or maybe 2 trades. But then the drawdown started coming in. I was so close. So close. But then I must say, I had 2 accounts. One of them, the profit target was 2,500, so I did get funded on that one. But now this one, plus it is in drawdown because I'm trading them together. So, but at least, you know, the 77 days have not been of no whatever. At least I got funded on one, which still has a long way to go. Gotta build a buffer of $2,000 before I can ask for a withdrawal. But yeah, I have a feeling too this time it will work. And if this works, man, we're gonna go and buy some more and then do the same thing over and over. It has like a period within the month where it works so well. The last period where it worked so well, I was kind of juggling in between time, so I was kind of trading in the afternoons, when the morning is when the setup would form, and it formed for like 2 weeks straight. In those 2 weeks, so that would be 10 trading days. Only one day as well would have taken a loss, so we're talking 9 days. That's 18 hours. But for some reason, I was coming to trade in the afternoon, where the afternoon was not working. It's so funny. And then I think last week afternoons had those trades, but then I was coming to trade in the morning. It's so funny. So I just decided to just be here in the morning and just focus on that. So when that time comes where the trade is working, you take advantage of it. Last week I was trading a 6K account with a target of 600 profit. I reached to 512 then drawed on after another. Now I'm, oh man, that sucks, bro. Oh man, yeah, I get you 100%. Yeah. That's why I think we just need to keep working. Just keep working hard and then build, you know, find your own live account. Because then that won't be something to worry about. But I like the discipline that these platforms kind of build in you anyway. I think the main lesson to take away from them is capital protection, capital preservation. It was a one-step FundedNext. Oh man. Well, you can still bounce back. Do you think it's easier to buy another account and start fresh, or try to get out of that drawdown? Now look at this. Oh, nice breakout, but I didn't get a setup, yo. This is funny. Okay, we're only buying. No drawdown, no retracement, no nothing, y'all. 1242, so might be a no trade day today. Yeah, keep going. I hope, do you take journals? Because I feel like that's the most important thing. So even if you lose on a trade, you have that journal that you can always go back and kind of see, you know, what is it you were not seeing, or what is it you could have avoided. Yeah, I think a journal is important to have. All this thing needed to do is just come back, touch that 50, and then we go together. But EMAs, sometimes they just... Oh yes, you need to start. You need to start. Otherwise you could be... I don't want to say you could be, but this is just me saying you can be just in one area just doing the same thing over and over because you don't even know what it is you're doing wrong. So but with a journal, I feel like you can keep tightening your strategy, and then you'll know when there's nothing else to add. So you just, for me, I feel like there's nothing else to add. But let me show you an example. Let me see. Let me first see if there's something I can use here. Let me show you something real quick. Are we going back up here? Yeah, I don't care if people copy my trades. Go ahead and copy. If they help you build yourself, go ahead. I feel like the cake is just too big and we can all take part in eating it. You know, everybody, there's a piece enough for everyone. I don't think FundedNext allows, but this is evaluation, so I don't think it counts. But once you're funded, maybe, because I was reading the contract and they were saying that just give me a second first. Give me a second. I'm trying to see, can this be a trade here or is it too late? This could be a little bit late, yo. Aloha, this could be a little bit late. So I was reading the contract and the contract is saying that that FundedNext is the customer and we are the providers. So what's happening is we are not really trading. When you place your trades, they receive those orders. So to them, they're receiving signals. And then they determine what to do with those signals. So that's their workaround, because this is all simulation. And then they say that the customer preserves, has the right of those signals you're providing them. And they say that you should keep it private. I think I've seen something like that in the contract. But a lot of people do trade these things. They do trade these things live, so I don't think that will be an issue. Because I'm still shouting out. I'm still like, it's like, you know, it's like an advertisement of some sort. But I think I've seen something of like that. But if you come in here and you see a trade I'm taking, if you want to take it, that's really you. I don't see how you're copying my trades. Because once you hit buy, you hit the buy, not me. It's all on you. Well, Loco in the building, how are you? I am skeptical of this candle here, if that is something to take. So 1250 in a few minutes, and then I think I'm done. I'm not comfortable taking a trade after 1250, plus after 1250 only have 20 minutes to trade. FundedNext do close operation, well, we'll close the trades at 110, which is 310 their time, CET or whatever. So I think I'm done. No trades for the week. I do end the week with a loss here, 200. I do try to at least end the week a break even, at least if not in profits. But this week kind of got the best of me. 269 in 269. Tough 2 weeks, yo. A tough 2 weeks. Well, let's see what the month of June has in store for us. If we can bounce back. Because when the first time I got to this area and I stayed there for like 3 weeks, going up to 500, 600 and go down to 51, 200. Go back up to 51, 500, go back down to 50, 900, and then we had that breakthrough, if I could call it, to 50 500, then 51 800, then 52, then 52 500, then 52 440 was the equity high, and then kind of took some losses for the last 2 weeks, and now we're back to 51 435. My drawdown was at 2,400 at some point. It's now 1,400, so we still got some. The race is still not yet done. We still have some power in there. $200, that is 7 tries. Maybe sometimes I do take, most of the times I trade at above 200 but below 250, so let's just say I have 6 more chances. So 6 times 200, 1,200, and $200 in fees and commissions. So if I lose the next 6 times, then this account is done. So that is something I have to prepare myself mentally, because man, being here for like 3 months, 17 days, that's gonna be a little bit painful if that happens. But if it happens, so what? So what? We move on. But hopefully it doesn't happen. My average win is $400, maybe 350 to 400. So just 3 days of winning, that's 1,200. That's a big boost. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. So 1,250 didn't even do nothing today. Price was just not good for me. Good thing though is I didn't take a losing trade, so that is 1,250 right here. I didn't do nothing. So yes, I am in profit, but I'm trading these futures prop farms, and they are kind of funny when it comes to profit. So the drawdown follows you. it is trailing, so it's not static. So the 2,000 will always follow you. Yep. And then it locks when you're in $2,000 in profit, is when the drawdown will lock. So anything you make above $2,000 in profit is now part of your drawdown. So above 2,000, if I make $500, then my drawdown is now 2,500. So yep, that's maybe the disadvantage of these futures prop firms. So I can be like $200 away from finish. I could be like 52,800, and my drawdown is 2,000. It's 2,800. But if I take losses and I diminish that 2,800, I will be at, what would that be? Back to 50k or whatever. So that brings you to where you began, right? But you've finished your drawdown, whatever allowance, so you failed the account. But with CFDs, they do have that static, whatever. Your drawdown is static, which is quite powerful, man, if you think about it. When your drawdown is static, it doesn't work. And it's even harder if you have trailing drawdown accounts where your unrealized gain is calculated like in real time, like the drawdown is being calculated in real time. So you can be in $500 in profits and then break even. If it comes and checks you out, you just lost $500 in drawdown. They are a little bit cheap, but that's the cost you have to pay. So you have to be like so good trading those trailing if your drawdown is trailing, like what do they call them? Because the other one is trailing too, but it's the end of day. What that does is kind of forces you to lock in profits, so has an advantage of its own. Forces you to lock in profits. So if I was trading CFDs, I think I would have finished this thing a long time ago, because if is the ones that require you to make 8% and then 5%. If my drawdown is 2000, I was at 52,400, so that would be 100 and close to 150%. I'll probably be funded by now. I don't think I would treat them the same way though. I think I would be, I don't know, maybe I would be more aggressive, and because of that maybe I would still be at the same spot. Because then I know I have a lot of drawdown, so I might just do whatever. This is kind of what I was looking for, but somewhere here, because now there's no time, so I can't trade, but this is the ideal, you know, situation I look for when trading. Is that trend line? That's kind of my setup, man. It's just simple. So simple as that, bro. But it's just not working out at the moment. I wish I can group all this. Let's see if I can group everything. Let me delete that trend line. Will it allow me? I need to upgrade my computer, so for now, okay. Amazing. There we go. OBS. So I use OBS for streaming, and then for the camera, I use my phone. I have an extra phone I use as the camera, and then to show the money, the account progress, right, like what it says buying power, I have logged in another phone, and then I'm using a software called Let's View that lets me cast my screen it lets me cast the phone screen to the computer, and then I just snip the part that I want to be seen on the screen there. So that's just how I do it. What else do I use? And then I got this mic, yep, and a sound card and some 2 lights here. So the main light, and then I don't know what that light is called. The field light, and then the lights in the back. That's it. I kind of build them slowly. This is forming too late and I can't do nothing about it. So pretty much, let me just show you what I'd be looking for. I'm looking for a breaker. I will look to the left to see if there's one. For example, I'm looking, see this up candle here. I kind of noticed that one, which was the last up candle before we shut down. So in my head, I'm thinking this is manipulation. It's just going down to take liquidity. So then I'm waiting for a 15-minute candle to close above that range, and then I can now start looking for trades. So I'm looking for the body to close. So once that closed, this right here is confirmed, and then I'll go to the 1 minute and then look for that other for that characteristic, which never quite happened. So on the way down will be this coming here. So I'm waiting for EMAs to line up, and then a retracement for me to enter. So in this case, this right here was actually a trade. The EMAs have lined up so nicely, so we do have a trend line right there, and ideally this should be a trade. But looking at the time, if I'm here at 6:30, I want to trade up to 9. If there's no trade after 9, I'm like, oh, I don't think it's likely going to work out. So that would have been a loss, but that was outside of my trading time, so I didn't have to endure that. And then if I don't get a trade in the morning, usually I'll come back in the afternoon to trade the 12 a.m. candle. And in this case, it opened up here, EMA is lined up, and this is when it's now forming a setup, but time is up. I cannot take that trade. Ideally, I want to be in a trade way before 1250. So just wait for a closure above that trend line. That's my trade. I'm taking it. Stop loss, I set it dynamically using the 100 EMA, and I think that's enough room for this trade to breathe. And then just give it a shot. 1:2, and I just hold and wait. Oh, of course, looking at if there's any high time frame levels. Ideally, I'd like my 1:2 to be before a high time frame level that I'm looking at, like the previous day half range, the range of the previous day, or the previous day high, or some fair value gap like the one now, or whatever. And most of the trades I've taken, they kind of got to those, levels, but because it's not yet 1:2, I didn't do what I'm supposed to do, either break even or just take profits, because then that's fear of missing out. I'm like, yo, what if it just goes up, like I've seen sometimes. So just submit and whatever. Anyway, no trade today, so I'll just journal here and just say no trade and accept the loss that I took for the week. $200 down. Still in profits, yes, but my drawdown is 1400. Ideally I need it to be above 2000, but still have some buying power there, so we're good. All right, and I will end the stream here unless there's any questions. Quite simple, and actually you don't even need all this stuff, man. This thing just doesn't form. Honestly, you can still trade it like this, and then if you stick to one trade a day, and then from 6, that would be 9:30 to, well, my time 6:30 or 6:45, ideally 7 to 9, those 2 hours, and kind of look for that. If I was a beginner, I would just, that was the only thing I would do, in my opinion. It was to start over, and if I knew about that, just wait for the EMAs to line up, that retest, then that trend line break indicates momentum. I mean, my stop loss dynamically right here. And usually there's a lot of explanations. There's either gonna be a fair value gap right there, a breaker, just something, and then just take that trade and see if it makes sense. But it feels good to look complicated. It's a chance to be a scientist. Yeah. It's a chance to show draw those lines, take a trade, still get smoked with all your analysis. Anywho, oh yo, I was saying Prof FX, the importance of journaling is, for example, the way I'm journaling these trades, I don't really focus on the trades that won. They won, ooh, good. And then I can see the potential, how far the setup went before it came and hit my TP. Then I want to see the drawdown. But if I come in, I'm like, let me check out, let's say this gold trade here that I took. This was the first week, and I took a screenshot. So I'm like, the EMAs lined up, a nice trend line, went and touched 50. I'm like, at the break of that trend line, I'm taking that trade. Or rather, and then also the EMAs have to line up again, like the first EMA has to be, oh, this is the, well, I'm using 5, 16, 15, 100. The 5 has to be below 16. I'm taking my trade, and then I lose that trade. So I want to take a screenshot at the end of this session and kind of see what happened after, and then look at this. It went up, there was a retest, I know, and then it kept going up, and then the same setup forms on this other side. So I'm like, hey, on this day, if I took this trade and just did 1:1, I would have made my money back, or rather offset that stop loss. Then I'm like, okay, but that's just one day. Let me go see another day. So look at this. This was another gold trade, and the same thing here. I lost that trade. I'm like, okay, let me see what happened way after. No counter trade formed, but then the EMAs lined up again, and if I took another trade the same direction, I would have made some money. Well, if I'm taking a loss, I'm focusing on making back that loss. So I'm like, 2 trades a day. Okay, let me go look at the other day I took a loss. This will be on NQ. On this day I took a loss, was in profit, and then it just turned around. I'm like, okay, let me go see what happened after. And I'm like, look at that. I never did get another trade, but at this point, if I just took a buy immediately, this would have worked for me. So I mean, you really don't know, but when you have such data, you can ideally form something. It might be also putting in mind that you can end up in drawdowns even further. So if I was putting those things in mind on this day, you can see this would be 2 plus R on the other direction, 2 plus on the other direction. This one I would have made an extra loss. This one 2 plus the other direction, 2 plus the other direction, 3 plus the other direction, 3 plus the other direction. So already I'm seeing most of the losses I took had setups on the other side. This one 2 losses, 2 losses, 2 losses. So I need to account, because now if I'm taking more losses, it's kind of canceling on the counter trends that won. So at the end of the day, is it worth it or is it not worth it? So I'll just leave it alone. Or what stands out on the day that it reversed and won, like this day here. Look at that, in profits, boom, immediately took me out. And then when you look at the end of the day, it does form another trade right about here or not. Yes, it does. EMAs line up and immediate. I like these trades a lot. I took one today, I think yesterday, but it failed instantly, which was pretty much okay. But when the EMAs line up and then an immediate retest, they tend to have this huge move, of which me, I'm only taking 1:2 and I'm done. Anyway, so how did you come up about with this strategy? So I used to trade EMAs only. It used to be like 9 and 36 before I started looking at structure. Then I stopped trading EMAs. I started only trading structure. Then I came to a conclusion, yeah, what if I join? What if I use both? Use structure for analysis and then EMAs for entry. And when I was back testing it, it made sense to me. Yep, that's how I came up with that strategy. So pretty much what I'm looking at, this is 5, this is 16, this is 50, this is 100. So the 50 and 100 is pretty much like a dynamic support and resistance at that moment. And then 5 crossing 16 is me telling me, hey, that's the momentum, let's keep going up. So ideally what I want to see is, once that is confirmed, I want to see my entry just keep going up the other way. Not having to come back. That's kind of what I want to see. It has happened sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it takes me out, sometimes it will just come and hang in there, and then just go the other way or whatever. That's kind of how I came up with this strategy. So those 5, 16, 50, and there's nothing special about them. It's just, I'm thinking 50 and 100 at the moment after structure is good. It's good support or resistance, and then 5 cross 16 is good momentum indication. Ideally, this is not how I want to trade forever. I want to go back to this right here to just looking at structure. That's it. That's it. Or maybe leave the 100 EMA for stop loss placements, which I find to be good. But whatever, man. For now, that's what I'm using, and I'm not gonna change strategies. I've changed strategies before and it ends up hurting me. So because I started with this, I just want to finish with it. And let's see how that goes. Let's see how that goes. All right, any more questions before I leave? I end the stream and we come again on Monday. Monday. There's something I was kind of seeing. At the end of the... What if you wait for a fair value gap or inverse? So when coming up with this, when I was kind of saying I could use this, it's kind of putting all that in perspective, because pretty much when the EMAs are lining up and then it's retracing, what's really happening most of the time, there's gonna be like a low and a high. If you put the fib, there's gonna be a low and a high. Let's use the ICT fib, and then your entries are pretty much gonna be around that 0.62 area, the 0.5 area, and then if you look left, this pretty much like a fair value gap right there. So what I usually do is I'm waiting for the price to keep going to form on the other way, like for an entry to, you know, for confirmation of that entry. So most of the time it's like it's coming from a fair value gap. So yep, I used to trade like that, and then but I don't know, I used to take losses a lot, but with this one I'm kind of finding it I'm finding it easier on my psychology entering that way. Let me go see where that trade area forms. Let's say like where are we seeing the setup form nicely? Let's say like somewhere here. EMAs line up really nicely. If you look where it ends up going to, there is a fair value gap right there. You see that even if it's not this one, there is another one here, a small one. You see that fair value gap right there? You meant like a new, oh, like after, so a new fair value gap after the entry. Is that what you mean? After I get the signal? Mama, I'm coming. Give me a second. You mean like a new fair value gap after I get my signal, or? Because I've been noticing those a lot after I enter a trade. There's usually a fair value gap that forms, and the price will come back. Let me see, like this day, this was a winning trade. See that, like right after I enter a trade, there's usually like a fair value gap, and I like to mark them, and price just comes back to. Let me get another one so it doesn't look like I'm guessing here. Oh, there's no trade on this day. This one, look at that. Once I enter, there's like a fair value gap that forms after the retracement. Yep. But then again, I'm like I just want to enter on that break of that trend line. This, because after the retracement, I'm expecting that for price to go. So I'm thinking if I'm gonna be taking the fair value gap, then I'm thinking the price is not gonna retrace. Let's say this is the example, and that's the fair value gap right there after the break, after the retracement, and then it goes, forms a fair value gap. So my stop loss will be where, like on top of this or this high here. And then in this case, this would have taken me out. And then sometimes if you notice that some of the fair value gaps price doesn't really come back, well, mostly it does come back and then it just runs away. Let me look for another winner trade. Look at that, the retracement, and then breaks the fair value gap right there if it's visible, and price just comes in and goes the other way. What if I put my stop loss down here? I think I'm gonna check that out and then make the best of these winning days, because then I could do like a 0.5% risk entry, right? Like half of the risk I'm willing to. If I want to risk 200, I take 100 risk right there, and then when it comes back here, take another 100 and maybe have a smaller stop loss. I'll check that out, and that would be a good deal, bro. A smaller stop loss. But then my psychology, will I handle that? Let me see this one. When fair value gap forms, you can enter immediately. What was this entry like? That's the entry right there. There's a fair value gap, price comes in and then goes away. Whoa. I mean, I've been noticing those fair value gaps, but I've been content with just having my stop loss on top of the 100, but I haven't considered. So where do you think I should put my stop loss? When the fair value gap forms, you can enter immediately. What do you mean? So, because now, in this case, the fair value gap forms after the closure of this candle down here. So enter immediately down here, or wait for a retracement back to the fair value gap and then enter. Look at this. Entry, fair value gap forms. Later it does come, retest that fair value gap. Okay. And then shoots up. Let me look at another one. Maybe in such instances now, when keep the stop loss where it is. Then that will be, so then I'll get, then that will be a bad deal, yo, because instead of entering here, I'm now entering after the fair value gap forms. That's a bigger stop loss. I'm going for 1:2. Let me look at the losing trades. Let's say like yesterday's trade. The fair value gap. No, this was break even. Let me look at the losing trade. Why did I lose 263 here? I didn't take a screenshot yesterday. Okay, let me look at the losing trade. Let's say this one. No fair value gap formed. Oh. Okay. Let me look at another losing trade. Okay, a fair value gap. Okay, retracement. And there's a small fair value gap there, but still lost. Let's look at another one, another loss. Fair value gap forms, but still loses. Ugh. Yeah. I will check on that. In this case, after I enter, there was no fair value gap. Okay. Let's look at another loss here. After I enter, there's no fair value gap. But this was 12.50. I should have break even this day, but I thought what happened like this was gonna happen that way. Shock on me. Let's look at another losing trade. Fair value gap. No fair value gap on. Okay. Let's look at another one. No fair value gap. Okay, okay. You are onto something. There was a fair value gap there. Still took me out. Let's look at another losing trade here. Fair value gap. Boom, still took me out. This another thing I was kind of trying to see is, I don't know, but I don't have the journaling for that. Maybe incorporate the 5-minute time frame and kind of steal something I've seen from Poloko. Wait for 5-minute order block confirmation, but then that might be late. That might be late for this entry. All right, I will take into account that fair value gap and kind of see no fair value gap formed on this setup. Failed. whoa. Let's see this one. Another failing trade. No fair. Okay, one formed here. Failed. Either way. No fair value gap here. Or maybe this one. Okay, let me look at 2 more and then. Yeah, just a small one right there. I wonder why this day I took profits quick. Is there an explanation for that? So wanted to get. This is some of the things that just make me to just get in a trade and just leave it alone. Well, this day I think this was 5 contracts. I took out one here and I think this was break even, or I did offset that stop a little bit, but it wouldn't have taken me out, and then turns the other way. And the thing is though, this rarely happens. In terms of a win rate, this is most of the times it will take you out, so no worries. Okay, one more. Trendline break, no fair value gap. Maybe it forms here and then still. Okay, I will look. I'll take that into account and see how that can be improved. That's where the winning trades journaling would have helped you. If 80% of the winning trade had those, it will be easy to see. Oh, so you want me to look at the winning trades, not the losing ones? So in this case, an example like this one, if I'm waiting for the fair value gap, it never got touched. Or you're saying once it forms, then enter. Entry. In this case, the 100 kind of helps, providing room for the trade. This was a winning one. Fair value gap right there. You know, what I would do with this one is kind of wait for that fair value gap, put a limit, and then put a stop loss at the immediate low, and then just still hold on to whatever 1:2 would be. Maybe the win rate would go lower, but this will provide like a lot of. This is like 1:4, 5, 6, easy. So that would help a little bit. Look at this. So fair value gap, it's not really traded to here, but here forms entry right here, stop loss right here. That is like a 1:3 right there. Oh, la 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 la. Too much to improve, too much to do. But then on such days you will just lose. Yeah, on such days it's not gonna work for y'all. Boom. Stop loss at the lowest low, so that will be protected way until here, and then it came on, took you out. But you're not expecting to win every day anyway. Fair value gap right there, stop loss at the highest high, so that would be a winner, but the stop loss will be a nice place to take trades. Okay, I'll check just one more. Oof, fair value gap, right? We've checked out this one, stop loss right here, that's a good deal. Okay, I will back test and kind of see if I can take a second entry. Let's see how that will improve. I will back test that. Thank you Dave so much for that insight. I will check that out. That's where the winning trades, Jonathan, would have helped you. If 80% of a winning trade had those, it will be easy to see. Make sure I take a screenshot of that so I check that out later. All right, I'm gonna end the stream here now. There was nothing for me here today. $48. If I can ask you, like, what exactly, because you said you trade structure, like what exactly are you looking for in structure? For entertaining you. You're welcome. Look, before you go, what does your structure like what exactly are you looking for before you take a trade? $12.50. Used to trade this a lot. Easy to see these things when they happen, so I could argue buy side taken right there. Break of structure right here. Maybe this one or this one too. $12.50. After taking that high, it does leave a fair value gap here. Was already touched, doesn't need to touch again. So how would we do this? I think I'll take the high to this low. Entry at that 0.5%, or maybe that's even too late. Yo, whatever. I try to follow the 4-hour structure, and then, so what is it you're looking for on the 4-hour structure? And then where do you take your entries? On the 1 minute, the 15 minute? Man, I used to be a believer of the 4-hour, bro. Mark the high and the low, and then I'll try to see if it's gonna be taking the previous day high or the previous day low. I think it was a decent strategy. The thing is, I would put, if let's say I want to trade this is what I was trading here. I'll tell myself this is the premium, this is the discount. So because we're now in the discount, it has to go up. So every bearish every bearish setup, I would assume. Yeah, I guess if I go back to that, knowing what I know now, it would be nice. 4-hour structure. Oh, there you go. Wait for retracement below 50% level. Okay, so like a discount, and then wait for 15 minutes to change and enter on 1 minute. Wow, that is fire. Let me go to like a new one. So so trying to see this right here. Did you get a setup today? Maybe on gold. Let's go check out gold. What you try? Let's see if that will work on NQ. It would, of course. Okay, my computer is lagging. It's getting tired. That is one of the things I will be doing. What? One of the things I'll be upgrading is my computer. It is currently screaming right now. I thought I changed to something else. Good lord. Oh, 4-hour time frame. Ooh, today would have been a good day. Let's backtest that strategy real quick, just to see if I kind of understood what you said. So let's say this will be the high, low. So this is the 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. candle. Okay, just an example. So wait for retracement below 50% on the next 4-hour candle, right? So let's just do what now? Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna print the next 4-hour candle. No, that's okay. That's okay. Today I'm gonna be around. I was just okay, maybe I have to go. Mom, I'm coming. Wait. So I'll go back to the 15 minutes. 11, 12 to 1 to 2 to 3. Whoa, 3B. So no. Let me just do this. So I'm assuming you'll go to the new 4-hour candle. You'll go to the 15 minute, and then so this is the current 4-hour range. The one assuming is just closed. So if you're going long, you want it to come to below, wait for retracement below here. So I'm now in the 15 minute. Bum. And then wait for 15 minutes to change and enter. So how do you qualify that the 15 minute has changed? What else are you looking for? Boom. So would it be this one or this one? shift. Okay, shift. Okay. Oh, you can't even see everything. Oh, which I find to be funny. Okay, so then what happens with shift? I feel like this channel is gonna come up with a banger strategy, honestly, because a couple of people coming in and sharing it, you know, what they do, and I think it's just amazing, and we can all just benefit from that. Let's say a 15-minute selling structure is formed. I want a new 15-minute structure to be formed again. That would confirm end of retracement and confirm a start of a new trend. So let's say this right here will be a selling structure, right? Okay, so you say you will confirm the end of okay, so if I get you right, this is a 4-hour range. It retraced to the 50%, and then 2 50-minute candles. I think that confirms that we want to keep going up, and then you look for an entry, or the 5-minute can also confirm, and then look for an entry on the 1-minute or the 5-minute. Because for me, just looking at this, I would now be waiting for what I think is a breaker to close and form. So if there's something else I could add, you know, that would be fire, bro. So because now I'm like in this, just looking at this structure alone, I can tell that this zone is holding on. Look at the bodies are still inside. So I'm just waiting for on the 1-minute just something to show me that we're going up. But sometimes I find it late, man. Like a setup forms here, and then by the time I'm getting a signal way up here, it's done, and I lose out on so much, on so many. Thank you. That will only be 50 points, but it's still with structure. If you have like a 10-point stop loss, 50 points, that's 1:4. So yeah, looking on ways to improve on that, and that's kind of why, you know, kind of interested in how other people are doing things. New formed trend. So the one I see on screen is a 15-minute structure, but we need a new bullish 15 or 5-minute. Wait, I don't think I get you there. So I'm gonna push it a little bit further, or a 5-minute. Is there like a level you want to see crossed, or like what do you mean by a 15-minute structure? Like a new bullish, or you mean like a new bullish 15-minute candle? Yes. It's amazing, man, how everybody just interprets the price. I don't need that timer right there. The one I see on screen is a 15-minute structure, but we need a new bullish 15 or 5 minutes. The idea is to go with new formed trend. Oh, the lagging is like a couple of so the screen wasn't here. I had it like this. I just took this to okay, I'm gonna make sure the next stream is there's no lagging, and I will test it actually just today to see how it performs. I think my computer should be able to handle that, but then that depends on the bandwidth. The internet I have maybe should be okay. Loco, you still there? You said hi and then just went silent. Hello, Mavera. Let me make sure I did not. Okay. All right, now I'm on 5 minutes. So I made $4.40 today. A gallon of milk. Prof, you still there? EMAs, we might be parting ways soon. Okay, I'm now on the 5 minute. Well, from what I can see here is like an inverse 5 minute right there. 5 minute inverted. At the half point of that of the previous 4 hour range. That's a good retest right there. Okay, so let me delete this. Okay, so this is the 4 hour. Oh my god, look at the my computer's tired. So go to 4 hour and then the 5 minutes. Okay. So this guy's formed a high and a low and then just stayed in there. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. So I can have the 5 minute on this side. Let me choose. Let me do this here. Make it easy. And then the 4 hour here. Oh, Palo. Okay. Prof is showing me something. I'm waiting for. Do you see the 5 minutes retracements? A completely new 5 minutes bullish was formed. So I enter the retracement of this new 5 minutes in the direction of the 4. Oh. So we're talking about the 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. My time candle, right? Like the red one, the bearish one here. So the 5 minute retracement will be this one. Oh, 2 minutes. So, okay, I'll try to fix that. That is quite a long time. 2 minutes is crazy. I'll try fix that. There's an option that I can choose on OBS before streaming that gets rid of that lag. I will test it today actually. So are we this is 6:30 right here. Can I change this to New York time if that makes it easier? But that's 6:30 my time. So would that be the retracement? Do you see? Which is pretty much wait, so are we talking about the current 4-hour or the no in the US? Go in the US of Trump. We are surviving here. Expensive as expensive can be. Please put a vertical line. So this one right here, which will be the 7. Which time what do you call this now? Which time zone do you use? So I can just put put your time zone, which will make it easier. Put a vertical line at the red line to anticipate the retracement. Where would the red line be? Put a vertical line at the red line. At the red line. I think you can tell me the times, and I can do that if you give me the your time zone, and I can just change it right there, and just tell me where to whatever using your time zone. But I'll need to know where you are. What is your time zone? Because Paloko, your strategy kind of involves the 5-minute order block too. No. Does it mention order block? So I enter the retracement of this new. Okay, that's all I need. That's all I wanted to do. Let me just do the New York time frame. So then you can tell me which time to put the line. Because you're talking about a red line and I don't see no red line in my charts. Please put a vertical line at the red line. So I'm now in New York. So at what time? Yeah, I'll change this one too. Okay, this one. This is bruh. This is not even changing. Let me refresh. Okay. And then New York, where is that New York? Oh, okay, 9:30. Oh, like the okay, like the range. On the okay, on which one though? So I'll assume it's the 3 a.m. to 7 a.m. candle. Oh, I see what you're talking about. And then it says so Prof, if I get you right, sorry if I'm a little bit slow here. Just trying to understand your. I'm using the 3 a.m. to the 7 a.m. for our candle to put the range. Let me get off the middle one. So that's the range. And then, so you say you wait for retracement for 50% retracement, which it kind of. Man, I've not catching, bro. Not arrange a vertical line on top of the black line. So by line, do you mean that like the wicks after the body, then the wick, and you want me to put a black line like that? I'm gonna make this whatever color. Let's do blue, and I'll make it solid. I'll make it bigger too. Vertical line. Let's make it just one and then dashed so we can see the candle too. So did I get it right now? So not arrange a vertical line on top of that black line that is just before the 4-hour candle. Wow, I hope I got that right. I don't know how to put a vertical line on top, or did you mean a horizontal line to anticipate the retracement? So let me get rid of the range here, because that's not what you say. Okay, so I got that. Nice. The 5 minutes is on the left side. Okay. So now go to the, I want to, when you go to the 5 minutes, we can see when that 4 hour starts. Oh, so that's how you get to know when the 4 hour starts. Okay, I see. For me, usually like we'll put a horizontal line and then from the open, then I can kind of see it. Okay. All right. I want to see when that 4 hour starts, when we shift to 5 minutes. Okay, right here. 3 to 7, which is 3 to 7. So the 5 minutes is right here. Yeah, I knew something was off. 10. Okay, now we are in sync. I don't know why it doesn't show. So this is a 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. candle, New York time. So it starts right there. The new 4 hour candle. Okay. So now the retracement going down. Then I wait for a new 5 minutes that is bullish to be formed. Wait, there was 2 here. So how did you not know to use those? Because I'm assuming you use this one here. Or okay. I'm talking too much. Let me listen. So in 5 minutes you can see the retracement. And you are, if I get you right, going to the 50. Oh yeah, we do need the 50. You're waiting for a 50% retracement of the previous 4 hour candle, if I get you right. So I enter the retracement of this new 5 minute candle. Oh, but then you didn't say 4 hour candle, you say 4 hour structure. Okay. So I'm thinking this is the retracement. Excuse me. Yeah, my bad. 5 minute structure. Okay. So this is the retracement here. So, and I'm now on the 5 minute. So the 5 minute structure would be, you talked about fair value gaps being inverted. So if I could guess right, maybe is that kind of where you took that trade? Okay, so I showed the 5 minute retracement correctly. Now find a bullish 5 minute structure. The one I would think of would be the 5 minute. I mean, just wait for a sort of a shift. I would use a PD array. I would use this 5 minute fair value gap here, which is inverted, if I'm looking for a retracement. So is that what you used? And pretty much there's another one here. Because I think we're interpreting structure differently. For me, I would wait for, which is why I'm kind of curious to see like your entries. For me, my structure will be to wait for that 5 minute zone here, the last 2 up candles, for price to close above, right? So for me, this is the candle that would confirm structure for me. And you can see what happens. It's just, I miss out on all of this. I'm trying to be so careful. So that's kind of why, you know, I'm kind of following up. So if there's a better way for me to get entries early before what I think to be a safe structure, that will be, you know, very helpful to me and others who are watching too. Now find a new 5 minute structure. Oh. Okay. Inverted fair value gap is not enough. I wait for a completely new 5 minute structure to be formed. Okay. So that's not it. I guess maybe the question is, how do you interpret structure? Will that be like a whole lesson or in just a few words? I know Poloko would maybe, well, what does he wait for? Like maybe a 5 minute order block confirmation after a sweep, which this pretty much looks like a sweep enough. 5 minute order block confirmation right there, if I get it right. And then 1 minute, when it touches that 5 minute whatever, boom, trade. So I think structure, we are kind of interpreting what it is differently. And then take that trade, make some money. 1.5, whatever. 1:2, whatever makes you happy. Whatever makes you happy. All right, Prof, thank you so much for the insights. I think we can end the stream here now. Thank you so much. See you guys again on Monday. But he was trying to show us like a retracement and then a structure, and I think maybe we're interpreting structure differently. As I said, I know Poloko waits for the 5 minute order block. That's his structure to enter. For me, I wait for the breaker, which is a little bit late, but to me, I think it confirms the trend a little bit more. But then again, you're kind of late to the party. So it's kind of trying to understand like what you interpret as structure. So I'm asking, is it a 5 minute inverted fair value gap or what is it? Yep. But thanks, man. You've really typed. I do appreciate, man. That is not easy to just share with us. I do appreciate a lot. And I'll see you again on Monday. So are you saying that there's a difference between like a 5-minute structure and a 5-minute structure shift, if I understand you right? Okay, but if you're not in a hurry, maybe you can answer me that question, because I asked is there a difference between a market structure shift and what you're looking for, a 5-minute structure? Because I'm thinking with the market structure shift, isn't it like you're forming higher highs, higher lows, and then that pattern changes and now you start forming higher lows and lower lows, and then it changes and you start forming higher highs and higher lows? Isn't that what the market structure shift is? So let me just go to like an empty whatever. So just looking at this, in this case, the market structure shift, as I understand it, will be some confirmation that we close above that area, right? Maybe another confirmation will be a retracement, and then we keep going up. They'll call that a market structure shift, and you can use whatever, or the 5-minute order block, a breaker. So then what will be like new market structure? How would you interpret like a... Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, now I get you. So now coming back to this 5-minute, then we have a high, a high, low, and a low. So did we form a new market structure? Maybe we're up here, which is a little bit late. Didn't you say that you entered a trade? Oh, okay. Now I'm getting you. Yeah, I'm trying to see that text where you say you entered a new 5-minute formed. Oh, maybe it will be right here. And then look at that. Oh, so then if I get you right, there was no market structure here. But wait a minute. Wait, hold up. Don't be too fast. This is the 2 p.m. candle. So now we are still on the 10 to 2 p.m. candle. I think he enters in the second market structure after market structure shift. Oh, yeah. So now I'm connecting the two of you now. I think that's what it is. He enters in the second market structure after market. So here there was not really a market structure, but here seems to be one. We have, if I'm right, look at that. We do close or the week of, for me, I like to use the bodies. Actually, you can just draw it like this. Done. Retracement, and then that baby now. So I don't know. I don't trust the weeks only, but whatever works. So I don't know if you guys trust the weeks only. For me, I need to see a body close above a higher height for me to confirm. So in this case, if we do it my way, because I know someone like ICT says a week before I enter. Okay, and ICT says just a week alone is enough. For me, I just find, easy to be dumb, high, low, high, low, and then that maybe just kept going up. And what we did here was high, low, high, down. What about that one right there? Is that a market structure shift? But then this will depend on what you want to see though. Done. What am I doing here? Okay, that's kind of how I can interpret this. The market structure. So pretty much there's no new market structure that formed here. So it kept going down, and then the shift maybe happened here, the retracement, and then let's keep going up. Maybe I kind of understood a little bit. Oh, that's decent. So around 2 p.m. let me put my time so I don't know why I find it hard to. So around 11 a.m. to 12 was a nice area to get in on that trade, assuming the new market structure. Yo, I get what y'all guys are saying. I'll be soon dumping my emails, honestly, because pretty much this is what price does, honestly. So are you actually saying that I could combine like with Poloco if he's using the market structure shift, and then the second structure that forms after the shift, which I think in my opinion is safer, and you could take advantage of those two, one for the entry and the other for the re-entry. If you're wrong, you just lose 2%. If you're risking 1 hour, if you're right, you're looking at whatever. You were so close, bro. There's a market structure. Okay. So I'm getting to it. You're so close. There's a market structure there that broke the previous bearish structure. After that, I wait for retracement. Please, to help you, please label the highs and lows. Okay, so I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me do that. That is a lot of typing, but let me just do them. We say, wow, that's too huge, bro. What you doing? We are getting somewhere here. So I'll do 1. I don't need you to be in a... I'll do them in red, so maybe can be more dramatic. Boom. Then I'll do 2 here. Oh, come on. Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11. Damn, bro. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One, 2, 3. What you doing, man? Oh my goodness. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we'll do 14. Just a few left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that goes here. That goes here. That goes here. Okay, I hope I'm labeling them right. Okie doke. All right, does that help? There we go. Oh, make the numbers bigger. Oh, okay, let me put it in full screen. What? I didn't see that. Can I do that all together? I cannot. Oh my god. So what if I put it full screen? Can you see the numbers are too small? Okay. Man. So like okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. The small ones, just leave them alone. All right, I see what you're saying. Oh, that could save time too. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is main, and then let's get rid of this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm just to save time. I'm gonna, whatever I think is like the main swing, I'll make those bigger. And then you can use that. Oh, you can see. Okay, a bearish structure starts at 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, and I think that's one swing. This is a bearish 5-minute trend. Gotcha. And this trend needs to end. So to become bullish, to become bullish so that we can enter the market on a new bullish trend. All right, gotcha. 1, 2. So it's a good thing I labeled like that. All right. So that needs to end so we can. All right. ASMR Gaming LO. What is that? LO. Okay, so in order to end, it must be broken by a new trend. Gotcha. The new trend is a new 5-minute bullish trend, which starts at 4, 7, 10. Gotcha. So let's okay, whatever. Which starts at 4, 7, 10 to 13. Pay attention on 13. 13 closed above 3. Okay. So pretty much breaker. Oh, just by a tick. Yeah, I didn't even get it right. bruh. Let me get that week. Let me precisely get it. Yes, it did. Closed above 3. So okay. So that confirms the market structure shift. And then now, like what Poloko said, you now wait for a new okay, let me wait. And then, so can I get rid of so it's a good thing I still have those whatever small ones marked. Let me get rid of these for clarity purposes. You don't waste time. Can we see it right without the new trend is a new 5-minute bullish trend, which starts at 4, 7, 10 to 13. Gotcha. To right about there. Starting closed above 3. Yes. So okay. Breaker. Low high. Low high. Low, blah, blah, blah. I'm confused myself. Get rid of these two. Okay, so after the new trend is confirmed, I wait for retracement to again below 50 or 75 and enter, or wait on retrace and go 1 minute to seek another shift. I get what you're saying. Okay, so after that shift, okay, now let me get you right. So the range that you're gonna be waiting to retrace on will be the low to that new high that just formed. In this case will be that range, right? From 4 to 13. So you wait for a retracement to half, if I get you right. Was SMR gaming, was he meant to say lol, or was LO? What is LO? He just commented and left. What is LO? After the new trend is confirmed. So if I choose the you are on point on range, all right, gotcha. So now I do understand completely what you're trying to say. Thank you so much for being patient with me. So now my other question is, do you like at what point now do you enter? At the 50% level? Or then again, you also said you can also go to the 1 minute and look for another 1 minute structure shift. But in this case, what would you do in this scenario? Let me do this. So we don't really care about this. Let me make this a little bit better. while still leaving all the stuff in Mr. Perfecto here. We don't need that too. Okay, that's crooked. Doesn't matter. Such things bother me. Okay, there we go. So this can just be one. Did you use 13? Yeah, so we're gonna delete 11. Okay, so wait for market structure shift and then wait for retracement back to the 50 on a 5-minute time frame. And then you can enter on the 5-minute time frame or go to the 1 minute and look for a market structure shift. Can I do that? Wait. Yeah. 11 was right here. So yeah, so you do confirm the closure with bodies, which I do like that too. A guy I listen to called ICT says even a week is enough. I don't know about that. For me, I like to see a body. And I even got rid of the 11, so it's just 13. So now my question is, in this case, did you take a trade today, if I may ask? But so where would your entry be now if this is the range? I don't know if you use the ICT fib, because I used to, you know, do those retracement things to the high, the range, and then I'll be looking for a trade at right about that 0.62 or this area. Or are you looking for a fair value gap? Or now, oh wait, you did mention about, okay, let me wait. We are getting somewhere here. Bro, whoever hops on this stream for some reason and forwards up to this area, there's just some game being spilled here, y'all. A lot of game is being spilled here for you, if you ever see this someday. That's a whole trading lesson right there. What happened to the range? From the low to the high. So I don't know if you use the fib retracements or... Oh, Poloco does the same thing, aligning all time frames to be bullish. Okay, well, I think he uses the 1 hour daily and the 1 hour. I think he also mentioned the 4 hour. All right, so I see. Okay, this is nice. I see TFIB. So the idea is to align all time frames to be bullish. The 4 hour is bullish, 5 minute is confirmed bullish. Ideally I want 1 minute to be bullish to enter. So if I'm 1 minute, 5 minute, 4 hour, okay, I see what you're saying. Let me see if I go to another screen. This is smaller, but we know now the retracement is the 13 to 18 legs. So if we go to the 1 minute, which is this leg, is now where we're waiting for a 1 minute, again another structure shift. So if I would do this, maybe just put 4, why not, and have this on the daily. Wait, I do have a indicator that can help with that, right? Yeah. So change that to the 4 hour. And you say the 4 hour, what other time frame? Maybe I have that on the 5 minute. Okay, I get what you're saying. There's no need to complicate too much. Just get out of here. So ideally, that trade is gonna be 5. Man. That's what I want to hear, man. Okay. If all time frames say bullish, that trade is gonna be 5. I use the fib if I don't want to wait, and just use the zone and wait price to do its thing. I get what you're saying. So let me put the fib, because man, I want to milk all the information you have, man. Before we go start the weekend, I'm gonna backtest this a lot, because I used to do this. I don't want to say I used to do this, kind of to, you know, I would do this, yes, but kind of interpret it differently, right? But now you're just making it extremely clear, extremely clear. So I'm gonna put it here and then just use the fib if you don't want to wait. So can I ask, do you use, like, I use the 4 hour high return, but 1 hour is good? So like the 4 hour in terms of to get your targets. Okay, so the fib, which ideally is your, like, do you wait for this? I'm assuming use I got these numbers from ICT. So is that what you use? And if yes or no, which level are you, like, if you don't want to wait, which level are you putting your limit on? Your whatever. Where are you buying here? Interesting. Very interesting. So somewhere around here is where now I'm looking for trades, so I don't have to worry about all this noise here. Structure confirmed. I feel like I pretty much do the same thing with the 15-minute time frame, but then I don't usually wait for the structure shift. So I could still wait for that 15-minute breaker, which does confirm the structure, and then employ this right here if I really do still want to do that, or just do this alone. It's just simple as it is. Just look for structure on the 5-minute. Bomb, structure shift, retracement. Let's get going. Let's get cranky. 75. Yeah, but sometimes you won't get it though. But I get what you're saying. And then your stop loss, I assume, is gonna be at 4. Yeah. And then if you want a better entry, you can switch to the 1-minute and look for a structure shift. which in this case would be here, I suppose. That would be tricky. Okay, so I get your entry. I get the 5 minute. But let's say let me ask you one more question before you leave. So for local, no, I think you have a different way to interpret it. For you, you'd have gotten your trade right here, or are you waiting for this to happen for a safer 5 minute order block? Well, in this case, and then so that was a question for Polok. And then Prof, if in this case you go to the 1 minute, like, and trying to refine your entry, it doesn't get to 75, then I look at 1 minute. If there's a shift a 1 minute, I don't want to wait for 75 level. Okay, so you're kind of watching on both, and it just keeps going down. In this case, a shift would be up here. How would you get? So in this case, will it not go without you? Another block is enough. Okay, I see what you're saying. After a sweep, if I do remember, so in this case, this was a sweep enough. And if you're bullish, another block. So you're in right here, you're in a trade. If I get you, but Prof has to wait for a market shift, like a 5 minute structure to form, meaning we are likely going the other way. If it doesn't get to the 75, then you're looking for a structure shift on the 1 minute. So today it did get to the 75, so you didn't have to go to the 1 minute for a structure shift. Man, this has been so amazing, yo. Man, thank you so much for hanging out, man, and just, pouring what you guys know. That was just amazing right there. I'm gonna, because I feel like, I don't want to say I used to trade like this before, but because of my bad manners, over trading, over risking, I just messed it up, and I'm like, but yeah, this is amazing. I'm gonna have to back test that a lot. I think Prof strategy is the same as yours, or close. In terms of the structure shift, I would say yes, but in terms of the entry, I think I might just, adapt this instead of waiting for EMAs to tell me when to enter or not. A couple of times, man, I've seen trades just be one-sided without the difference is that he makes sure direction is the same in all time frames like me. Okay, yeah, maybe that's the only thing that I miss, because the only thing that I really look for in terms of direction is I don't even really care in terms of direction, but I prefer when I'm taking trades in line with the daily time frame. But it has never been something to tell me don't take a trade. And actually, most losses I've taken, I was going against the daily time frame. So that is one lesson I'm taking from you, that it's easy to kind of look on what other time frames I'm doing. Yep. Oh, that's good to see that is working for most people. I had a strategy on MT4 that has indicators where I would make sure to take a trade only when 50 is above 100 on the daily, on the 30-minute, 15-minute, and the 5-minute. So that's kind of how I'm adapting real quick to your styles, because I've used the same concepts but in other areas. But in this case, still waiting for EMAs to line up in all time frames. You're gonna be late to the party, man. Man, that was extra intuitive. I'm glad we had this talk, and now Prof gets to meet Poloko. amazing. And Poloko gets to meet Prof, and we all share the strategies that we have. And actually, this is like a set and forget scenario, bro. You just buy and just let the trade do its thing. Having set yourself in the best position possible. All right. So that was amazing. So this EMA is here, bro. Now they look like jokes. Ay. Because did I take a trade here? I'm gonna go look yesterday, because I took a trade when right at the end of that session. That is when the trade is telling me let's go in. Yeah, I'm gonna run a serious back test tomorrow. Right now I think my head is full, and then I'll run for just like a month or 2 months and then compare. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? Since I have the data for this strategy, I'll just go back test the same month of February and maybe March, and then compare the results and kind of fill in everything. Then I'll see how that goes, and I'll share it with you on Monday. So either I lock in tomorrow or I'll lock in Sunday. And if I'm very much comfortable, on Monday I'll start I'll see if I can employ that strategy too, but it might be too soon, or maybe backtest it live for a week. But what the hell, it's just an evaluation account. No worries. All right, so I think I can let you fellas go. I think I had one more question. On the one market structure, whatever, are you looking for the same thing that we did on the 5 minute in terms of the structure shift for you to get in a trade on the 1 minute? Or in this case, you don't have to be so strict on the 1 minute? Yeah, I will backtest. The idea is buying at 4. Wait a minute. Let's go back. 5 minutes. The idea is buying at 4 is going against the 5 minute trend, which is bearish. Waiting for the shift helps. Trying to backtest, see what. Okay, I see what you're saying. Poloko is like, that is too safe, yo. That is safe. As long as I see a shift after 9 foot, man, I'm in. 5 minute order block, we're in. So Poloko, if maybe I'd tell you, maybe because you kind of enter in your trades a little bit early, maybe even before the shift, what if you close like 80% of the trade at the point of where you're taking your profits, and then leave a runner for the, that's just whatever, or just close like 95% and then see if the structure, in this case maybe getting out early would have helped you today, because you're kind of getting in a little bit early. Man, for me, I do prefer waiting for that shift, honestly. So maybe when you get in, instead of taking it all out, just leave a small runner. Or not. Just do you, man, because bruh, sometimes taking everything out is just the best thing. All right, so can I end the stream now? That was very intuitive. What is intuitive before I use that word? Intuitive definition. No, that is a wrong use of that word. Using or based on what one feels to be true, even without conscious reason. No, that is a wrong use of that word. I'll say that was enlightening, y'all. Yeah, so I've kind of been wasting myself. So shift retracement. At the retracement bar, find that entry. Let's get going. Let me do something real quick. On this day I was looking for, that didn't work. Yeah, it did right here. So for me, I'm thinking the shift is gonna be here, confirmed with this candle. So this is the 7 to 7:15. So if I went to the 5-minute, same thing. Let's say maybe structure was confirmed right there. Then look at that retracement. Nice. So if you're using fibs, it never got there. Never got to that level. So you're saying now you can go to the 1-minute time frame and wait for a shift from there. My God, I feel like, oh, okay, we'll backtest it tomorrow. Remember, getting on at 75 level will give you 3R at 21. Oh, yeah. Like with the retracement, if it does get to 75, we'll give you a 3R on 21. Bro, that is nuts. But don't you feel like some type of way if you kind of have your limit at 75 and then it never gets there, but it got to 62 and goes and hits and goes up to 21? How do you deal with such a case? Because sometimes it doesn't get back to a 25 level, the 75 level. Has that ever happened to you? The strategy that I'm using is on YouTube. Search Camel trading. It's stupid simple. Check it out before backtesting. Okay. And I know that guy. I usually listen to him when he's talking about how to pass pro farms and stuff like that. YouTube.com. Oh, there you go.
Fast pace, fastest rewards.
Oh, this one right here. Okay, I'll check it out today. Stupid simple. Okay, I'll check it out today. Structure shift retracement on the 5-minute time frame. So ProfFX, hopefully coming Monday I'll have fixed that lag issue. It's just an option. You choose on YouTube, on OBS, how you want, if you want a delay or you want the other one. The other one does use a little bit more bandwidth, I guess. I will backtest. If not, I might consider upgrading the bandwidth I have or not. It should be fine anyway. I think I have enough bandwidth. I have enough internet to handle an instant stream with no delay. Oh, you didn't hear the question. What was the question I asked? I think it had to do with the 1 minute entry. If what did I ask? I tried to be here before 6:30, but honestly I don't make it. So 6:45 to 7 a.m. But yeah, I'm curious though. What time do you trade this strategy? In New York time, and like what time do you mostly get entries? Because I know Poloko waits for the first 15 minutes before, I think, if I do remember, waits for 65 for the first 15 minutes after the market open, and then waits for the sweep. If it's bullish, 5-minute order block, boom, let's get going. What about you? Like, what time do you? Oh, but then you trade gold. But still, what times do you trade? I'm guessing that strategy is gold, is fire on gold, right? I'm guessing it's fire on gold. Okay. So you're saying any time it can work? Now look like this here. Like there's no way I could have. It went up, but my strategy wouldn't let me get in on this trade because there was no retracement to the 50 level, bro. And then strategy is good, but I lose because I can't wait for all the things I explained to happen. I improvise and lose. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what to tell you on that. But you know, just try write down your rules and just follow them. And just give your strategy a chance. But when you don't follow it, you're not even giving your strategy a chance. So yeah, write them down on a piece of paper and then back test and practice on just doing one thing. I feel like my strategy has a the win rate is not high, but because of being disciplined, I've been able to survive. Even was about to finish this challenge. I've just been focused in one trade a day, the specific things I want to see that I've back tested. Even with a small win rate, made some profits here. I mean, it's taken us a long time, but I think that's the power of being disciplined and kind of just sticking to what you have planned and just doing just that. Works wonders, yo. works wonders. Wow. I think I'm gonna end it here. Wow, this was quite been a stream. I've never stayed this late, up to 3 p.m. But I'm free today, so I can take some more time. So Prof and Poloko, I appreciate you too so much. Hopefully we can all win, and by the end of the year just all have our own live accounts, you know. And of course try to share the same knowledge with others. So this is online. For some reason, whoever will be led to come and see what we just talked about, they can learn something, you know. Yep. Unless y'all got something to say, I will be ending the stream here. There's 4 of us in here. Leave a like on your way out, I will appreciate, but no worries though. No worries. So I'm gonna be back testing that strategy, Prof, on the 5-minute, because I kind of had divorced the 5-minute time frame, because pretty much with the same concept on the 15-minute, you don't have to wait for the retracement. Otherwise on the 15-minute you're not gonna get it most of the time. Let's say what I see is the same concept, right? On a 15-minute shift, like a new structure forms, the retracement doesn't really give you that doesn't even come to that 0.5 most of the time. It will respect that last up candle, that the candle you use for the shift. It just kind of stays in there. But now with the same concept, if I can switch to the 5-minute and then look for that structure now, or doesn't have, it can just be pure anyway. Just keep it simple, bro. Or just use all of them, and that would be amazing. And then when I grow some big, I don't want to say bigger balls, I'll start just going in like Poloko. 5-minute order block after sweep, boom. Let's go. Get the money quick in and out. Yep. Thank you. See you Monday. See you, man. Have a good weekend. God bless you so much. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. All right, thanks again to Mr. Prof, and I appreciate you guys so much. So the closing scripture right there from Jude 1:25 before I end the stream. To the only God, our Savior, through Jesus Christ, our Lord, be all the glory, majesty, dominion, and authority before all time and now and forevermore. Amen. To the only God, our Savior, through Jesus Christ, our Lord, be glory, majesty, dominion, and authority before all time and now and forevermore. May the peace of the Lord Jesus Christ be with you all. Do have a good time, and I wish you all the best in your trading journey, and may we all win and lift up others, you know, when we figure this thing out. Yep, the cake is too big, we can all have a piece and be content. All right, and I'm out. Peace.